I will do a lesson on interval notation, which is important for calculus because my students often get interval notation confused or wrong, or they're not sure which is which because it's similar. So I will clear up the confusion today. An interval basically is between point A and point B in a line or in a series of numbers. And the notation in brackets, and the notation can be in round brackets or square brackets. When it's in round brackets, it means that the endpoint is not included, and when it's in square brackets, it means the endpoints are included between 2 points on a line number. Example: x less than 3. Means that x is between minus infinity, and x is a number between minus infinity and 3, but x is not included in 3. Another example would be x less than or equal to 3, in which case we will use square brackets, minus infinity comma 3, which means x is between 3 and minus infinity, and x is included in 3. So for the round brackets, it implies that x is not included. So I can write it as n point not included. And square brackets means x, in this example, x less than or equal to 3 means x is included in the 3. So it means endpoints are included. Another way to look at it is to draw a number line and label x to be in this space, and this is plus 3, and x would be here, excluding 3. We can label the same number line, but fill in the dot to say that x is included in 3. So remember, round brackets means x is not, the endpoints are not included, x is not included in 3. Square brackets means x is included in 3. Let's take a look at more examples. How about the example minus 2 less than or equal to x less than 5. So this looks interesting. In this case, we have a case where it's bounded by 2 and 5, and x is included in the -2, but x is not included in the +5. So I would be writing it as a combination of the square bracket and the round bracket. So for inclusion, I would be using square bracket, so square, and for exclusion, I will be using round brackets, rounded. So it would be, in this case, not minus infinity, but bounded by -2 and 5. So -2, 5. -2 is included, 5 is excluded. The line number would look like this, and this is x, and this is -2, and this is +5, and x is included in the -2 and excluded from the +5. This is also a notation in itself. This is also notation where if it's a rounded circle, it's excluded, and where it's a fill-in circle, it's included. Another notation to learn is set notation, which is also quite straightforward. I'll show it to you right now using the same example for set notation. Or let's use a different example. Okay, example, when we have x less than or equal to -2, or this is and, but this is or, x greater than 5. Using set notation, I can actually combine the two sets. This is a set of numbers, a set of numbers, and this is a set of another number, another series of numbers. Could be an infinite set, of course. So let's look at these two separately, and then we do an or. For this case, we have to say -infinity to 2. It is inclusive of -2, so we use square brackets, and then rounded or square is the same. When you're talking about infinity, you can either write this or this. They're equivalent. You can write this or this. These are equivalent. And then for this term, you have x from 5 onwards, but excluding 5. So 5 up to infinity. If you want to exclude 5, you have to use round brackets, and then here you can use square brackets, or 5 plus infinity round brackets. And here what we do is when you have all, you union the set. So you union the set. So this is set notation. And the set would look like this on the number line. I'll draw it here. Including 2, excluding 5. So including -2, excluding +5, and x does not lie inside, it lies outside. It lies above from 5 to infinity, excluding 5, and from -2 to -infinity, including minus 2. This is how the line number looks, and this is set notation. I will just write it as this to be set notation. So you've learned set notation and also interval notation. I'll do a couple more examples to be sure. Just remember, round brackets, endpoint not included, square brackets, endpoint are included, and you'll be fine. So here's another example. X between 3 and 7 exclusive. So 3 to 7 using round brackets means exclusive. How about 3 less than equal to x less than 7? One look, you can tell it's from 3 to 7, and this inclusive, so you use the square bracket. Exclusive, so you use the rounded brackets. Another example, minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 200. So you're going from minus 1 to 200. This would be exclusive, so rounded brackets. Inclusive, square brackets. How about 4 less than equal to x? It's the same as saying x is 4, 5, 6, 7. So basically, you're starting from 4 and you're going to positive infinity, and it is inclusive, so you can do it in square brackets. It's equivalent to this. By convention, we do it this way. This is the convention. So we write it by convention. So to summarize, we have interval notation, where the rounded brackets means that the endpoints are not included, and the square brackets means the endpoints are included. And you can have a union whenever you have one set which is there's a gap in between, then you have to union the two sets if you want to include both sets. And then an additional notation you will want to learn is the circle which is empty and the circle which is filled in. I'm gonna write another comment here saying this is excluded and this is included. Thank you. See you next lesson.